Main presentation, so please bear with me as I connect. Okay. To start out, I have these. This is the Wi-Fi password. The name is sortable. This is the website that we're going to be using today, as well as an admin login. Please don't hack it while we're doing the presentation, or do anything malicious. I can reset it really easily, but I just don't want to have to do that. Okay? So the username meetup and the password is this really secure password here.
Can you blow it up a little bit?
Okay. Is this just about to win? I don't know. The edit. This is like WordPad. It's
Control plus or Control wheel forward.
No, it doesn't work.
Oh no.
It's like WordPad. I need to increase the font size. There. I have an idea.
There we go.
So don't use WordPad for displaying something on a projector. Is Wednesday night a good night for the people here? Yeah. Obviously, you're here. So in our group we do like a variety of subjects. If you have a subject you would like to suggest or you'd like to run a meetup, and speaking of one, we've had that before. We have a guest speaker. I don't want to speak all the time. I don't know everything, and so I think it's not efficient for me to do all the speaking, although I am really eager to share my knowledge with other people. Anyone else with experience, or even experience in like one small thing, wants to speak or run a workshop, that's perfectly fine, and I would welcome it wholeheartedly. Also, right now we're doing once per month for the next little bit. We did try twice per month for a little, and we had like a technical section, a technical session, and a basic session. And so, because we're starting back up again, we're going to start it out with once a month until we build up our user base. Not many people here have been to a previous session. I think only Daniel and George have been to a previous WordPress meetup. So we're hoping that the people can come. We start building up a bigger base, and then we can expand out again. I think that's it for that. If anyone has any ideas or suggestions, comments, the WordPress meetup group, you can always message there. You should be able to message me directly or post a comment if you had a suggestion. Those are fine. You can also talk to me after this today. This is going to be a fairly basic view and step-by-step on how to set up a store in WordPress, and I invite everyone to ask questions and comment, or if you have more information than I do, I welcome that as well. I'm not going to pretend to be an expert on all this stuff. I've set up about 20 or so WordPress stores, and so that's kind of why I wanted to share this. I realize that there's people who've set up probably way more than I have. All right.
Was anyone else able to, or not able to, access that site?
Yeah, I can't. I don't know if,
It just comes up as like error 500.
yeah.
Sorry. Which there, but it comes up as a 500.
Yeah.
There's a dot and nerd dot.
Oh, is that 3 and it's supposed to be an E?
That is a.
Oh yeah, like it's split up words. It's a 3.
Or
Yeah,
is
that
it
is supposed to be a 3.
Yeah, okay.
No, this is confusing.
This is what happens when you put a E.
It's not going to work with me. I don't know that.
Oh yeah. Oh.
is actually kind of interesting. Why this is wpkitchener.nerdq.com. Does it work without the? Yeah, this is.
It might be under maintenance instead.
So I'm not able to open this in incognito. Only here.
What browser are you using?
Chrome.
Chrome.
It could be because does the root site work is the question. Yeah, well this is yeah, this works. This has no development done on it yet, but I always log out. I'm just worried because it's not consistent. I would expect it to be consistent. Oh yeah, sorry, I'm not gonna go and what was it? Meetup. Okay. So I don't know why that's happening. I don't know why I can access it when no one else can. This is just probably a mystery of DNS. I don't know. It's okay.
Yeah, I guess we'll just watch.
Yeah, I guess we'll just watch. So this is the WordPress dashboard without. This is a copy I made of the shirtdrop.com, which is another site that I've been working on. So to install WordPress, you go WooCommerce. So blank WordPress, pretty much. I did have WooCommerce on here before. I am just going to add it again. Of course, it's not okay. To add WooCommerce, you simply download WooCommerce. Why not? Right?
What are you filming there, boss? A crooked screen?
Okay. Just got to. I should have downloaded it before. Where's the download link?
It's not available in the plugin.
It's
store,
not because
like
it has a bunch of paid
paid.
extensions and it's not open source. I think I have an account. I don't. Just want to download it.
What happens if you click on get started?
Oh, I think it's the same thing if I click here.
We don't want a WooCommerce account.
I don't think you need it.
No. How about if you just type in WooCommerce download in Google and then probably it will give you
And they didn't used to do this. It
Yeah.
used to be that you could download it through WordPress.
right, there was a button for download.
Oh, WooCommerce is available on the WordPress site. Oh,
But it's
WooCommerce
not.
Play.
It's by automatic. So
It's not the same
It's
one.
not the same one.
Wow. Okay. A lot of things have changed recently, I
I
guess.
think it's that one now. Download dash WooCommerce.
This one.
Yes.
Okay. Downloads. So I guess I have an account. This is a WordPress.com account. So some web hosts, when you install WordPress, will actually put WooCommerce on in WordPress for you if you say you want that. That's a totally viable option. It looks like they removed it from the WordPress store area, but we can just download it. There's going to be so many different places to download this thing on the internet. I just wanted to go to the official one for this. Oh man. WooCommerce is, you kind of want to work from the back of the process to the front. And so I always start with a payment gateway to make sure that when someone wants to buy a product, they can buy it. So in WooCommerce, you go to settings, and you go to checkout, and there's different checkout options. You can see these ones here that are enabled. These tabs here allow you to turn it on and off. So we can turn on cash on delivery. You can also add in more payment methods by multiple adding. Oh. Do you leave the door propped open, John?
Yeah, is that legal?
Yes, do it.
Allowed with the record?
It's gonna ring when someone opens it, right? So, or I don't know. It should just be unlocked. Okay. So this, for example, this one doesn't really have any configuration to do. You just have to enable it, and then you can. You would just handle that manually. With PayPal, you connect a PayPal account. So there's instructions in PayPal on how to get this identity token and receive your email and your PayPal email. You add it in. Once you have that in there, you don't need the API credentials, and then you can collect payments. PayPal is the easiest one to do, the easiest real payment gateway to do. So that's the one I'd suggest starting out with. Welcome to.
I'm sorry we're late.
After that, you can start configuring shipping zones, or you can just leave that and worry about that later. If you're selling in Canada and you want to collect tax, there are a lot of options you can do for tax. Typically, in Canada, we would enter the prices exclusive of tax, and then tax would be calculated on the order, and then you can actually go and you can click the standard rates here. You can select the rates for the different areas. This one here was just an import file that I did that has all the tax for every province, GST, HST, PST. It has it all. So.
Is that your data or is that in WooCommerce?
Oh no, I just downloaded that online.
Okay.
There's lots of sites that have stuff like this where you just import it. So this one here has up-to-date tax rates for Canada, including the weird Quebec rates of 9.975% PST. Quebec's,
Did you verify that?
yes.
Well,
Originally-
we're getting ripped off, man. Look at that.
Pardon?
We're getting ripped off.
Well, actually, so this is Quebec PST. It is on top of Quebec's GST, which is also
never mind.
5%. So they're at 14.975. So when you break out the order in this way, it'll actually show which tax is which amount, which not all retailers even do. So that's why I kind of like this. But you can do whatever you want. If you're not, you don't have to charge tax. There's different.
So if the store is, I'm assuming this is just a store for Canadians. Let's say if it's a global store, how do we calculate tax at that moment? And if you want to integrate,
Great
they can pay
question.
by their own currency, and then, for example, in
This
UK,
is-
it's flat.
This store is active in the U.S. and Canada. But because Americans are Americans and I don't have an account in America, I cannot take tax off American orders, or I shouldn't be. So I'm not going to go through tax law and blah, 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 but because the Americans are purchasing in a Canadian site, and I don't have any way of giving American tax to the American government, and I'm not ever going to bother with that anyway. I just no tax on U.S. orders. So, and you can control things like if the tax is on the shipping address or the billing address, and all these different options. There's a lot of different things you can control.
But, don't mind me asking, but if you were doing print on demand for book coming out of the States into the States, wouldn't you have to apply taxation then?
I don't know. I'm just going to have to defer that to people who specialize in tax law. I'm not even an accountant. I don't even do my own taxes. I actually have a bookkeeper who handles my tax for my businesses for me because I don't want to have to deal with it.
In other words, you consult your accountant.
Yeah, exactly. I certainly don't want to be held accountable for anything I say here about whether you should or should not tax someone. This is what I do, that I've cleared with my bookkeeper, that we're all good with. It's worked out for the last couple of years. So, and then, there's some basic information here about products. When you enter your products, you'll be able to enter widths, heights, weights, and so you can enter the dimension units that you want to use. This can be used later to calculate shipping prices if you have an app installed that does that. I have one installed for Canada Post shipping prices, and it works okay. I find that it overstates a lot because I have a discount on Canada Post and it doesn't take into account my discount. So anyone can get a discount on Canada Post. You just need to ask. Just need to go sign up online for a small business card and get like a discount on your postage. Not your regular letter stuff, but like packages. Then you can enable stock management for your products if you want to keep stock. This is all, it all depends on what type of business you're running. If we're running like a download business or a business where you have an infinite amount of stock or your products are made to order anyway, then you don't need stock management. If you're selling tap water, you just fill up another bottle of tap water and ship it out. Doesn't matter. And that's kind of, and then the general is not really, there's nothing super specific here besides like which countries to sell to and which currency the site is in. There are plugins that allow you to have multiple currencies. In part of the base WooCommerce, it's not available, just one currency.
Are those like WooCommerce plugins or third
Yeah,
party?
there's lots of developers and sites that make plugins for WooCommerce. So WooCommerce has a bunch, but WPML has multi-currency, multilingual plugins for WooCommerce, which allow you to have pages of different languages and different currencies as well. I once did a site where the site was only in English, but we used WPML to do Canadian and US English. So depending on where the user was, they would get a translated version of the site with the extra U's. Which is a complete waste of that plugin. And also my time configuring it. But you have to do what the client asks for sometimes, and so it's got to be done. Now, here's where here's where the products are entered. The products are kind of the big thing in WooCommerce. We're going to spend a lot of time on these. And there's, I have 4 products on here. I can show you them. They're all variable products. And so depending on the variable you choose, the price will change. To add a simple product, So there's 4 different types of products that are available. So there's the simple product, the grouped product, the external affiliate product, or the variable product. We're just going to talk about the simple and variable because the other ones are rarely used in my experience. So simple product has a price. You can specify a sale price if you want, and schedule sale on the product on a product level. Has a SKU. You can put it as out of stock or in stock. If I had stock management enabled, this would allow me to specify the number in stock. Also, it's taxable. You can specify different tax classes. So if you sell things that aren't taxed at the same rate, you can have other tax classes. The shipping dimensions. So let's say this is like 2 pounds. I think it's in kilograms actually. 2 kilograms by 20 by 20 by 20. It's a nice cube. So this will take into effect when you're calculating shipping options. Linked products. You can link a product here. So I actually have you wouldn't do this on your first product, but I have this QR design here that I can upsell. And so what this does is it will try to sell this other product instead of this one. So salesy marketing stuff, you can configure those. Cross-selling is trying to sell this with the other thing, and upselling is trying to get the upgrade. You can specify attributes. So I have an attribute already added in called color. So I add this in here. Then I can actually select values for available colors of this product. This is a t-shirt store, and so these would be base t-shirt colors. And then you can make it visible on the product page. Because it's a simple product, we're only adding these as declarations, essentially. And I'll show you what that means after, when I save this. And then you have some advanced, you can put a purchase note, the order appears in a menu, and you can enable reviews. There's 2 descriptions, so there's the main description. And the short description. I'm typing it like this because I'll show you. I'm going to publish this product. And I'll show you what it looks like. Oh, I should have a picture. Picture here. So you can set a product main image. So I'm just going to use the images from some products I already have. And then you can add a gallery image. So I'm going to add a couple images that are, can't select more than one. Okay. You can add more than one. I really hope you don't have to do it all the time. But
Then shift.
oh yeah, okay. It doesn't. Yeah, if you hold shift, you get the yeah. All right. Okay, so we had some product things there. We're gonna update this, and then we're gonna take a look at it. So I'm just gonna click here to view the product. All right, so I named the product name, so you can see where the name of the product shows up. This, don't worry about that one because that's the other product. But see, this is the main image. This feature where I'm looking at the image and you can zoom in like this, just built in, just like something that's built in there. You can always turn it off if you want to. You'll see, so the main image here, Email Sucks, is inside the gallery for the product. So you wouldn't add an image in the gallery and as the main image for the product. Then we have here the description is the main description. So there's this tab box, and you can style this however you want with CSS and make it look however you want. So the main description appears in the box, and as well as the dimensions, and here's that color option we added. And so right here, we can choose a color, or we would like to choose a color, but we can only see what colors it comes in. And so a simple product is not, even if it doesn't vary a price, it's still not very effective for choosing one or the other option. And then we have reviews, and you can add a review, and then here's the you may also like, because I set that up in the upsell.
Is there like different layout templates you can choose from? Like if you want.
Yeah, so a lot of themes will have WooCommerce declared in them, that they support WooCommerce. This one here is one of the most common WooCommerce themes called Storefront, which is made by Woo Themes for WooCommerce. So I can show you here. Appearance, themes. So we have Storefront.
But just in the plugin itself, there's no additional like layout functionality or anything like that.
There is not typically. I think there's one thing in settings that has some accent colors. They might have taken it out. I think it's just in the. I think it's just a theme now that does that. And you can also look into extensions and add on other stuff. You can use WooCommerce for a lot more. If you're developing an e-commerce platform and you got a quote from someone, a typical e-commerce platform from like a development firm is like $20,000 to $40,000 built from the base up. So WooCommerce is a lot cheaper than that. Their paid add-ons range between $20 and $300. And so even if you bought 20 paid add-ons, it's probably still going to be cheaper than going to the professional development firm's cheapest option.
Is that the only cost? Is like add-ons potentially, like, or do they
Yeah,
take a
well, they
percentage
get
or
the
anything
regular
like that?
hosting costs, and then any design costs if you're hiring a designer. You can do your own design if you know how.
But they don't take like a percentage of every sale or anything like that.
They do not. The PayPal does.
Yeah.
That's up to the payment gateway. Yes.
So if you have a purchasing platform with WordPress and you're using WordPress as the marketing avenue, are you going to be showing us any of that?
If I'm using,
So we're using WordStream to do our ads, to post specials and to do any advertising online.
okay. So I think so you're advertising on your own site with WordStream?
So yeah, WordStreet is the platform we're using for our procurement.
Like you're doing display ads?
The display ads are through WordPress.
Okay. Sorry, you're doing advertising to other sites, or you have ads on your own site or both?
On our own site.
Okay. So you put, okay, so not like house ads, or you have with WordStream like an ad network?
So WordStreet is a purchasing platform,
Okay.
and so they've written it to do our e-commerce ordering site. We paid $500,000, and now we asked them to add advertising so that we can put specials on and different things on the site and on a landing page, and we're using WordPress for that.
Okay. I don't know if I fully understand
May I ask you more questions?
Sure.
So you have a WordPress site on which you want to post your ads, which is ads off that affiliate network. What's the name of that again? Bridge what?
Birch Street.
Birch Street? What is that?
Birch Street is the purchasing platform.
It's a purchasing platform.
So it's like
just
an e-store.
Oh, it's like BigCommerce. Okay.
So if you want to post their ads on your site, right? So isn't that what you want?
No.
So that people can
We
click
want
on
to
it
post our suppliers' ads for products
on your site.
on the Birch Street site, which we purchased, and they told us we were using WordPress, and I know nothing about WordPress, which is why we wanted to come and learn.
Right. So what would you request from them is their banner
Okay.
ads, like they can provide you banner information. They have all kind of
So banner ads?
banner ads. They can give you the code for that. They can give you the standards that you need to stick to.
So
That's,
do you work for WordPress?
I do develop with WordPress, yes.
So that I'm not wasting everybody's time, could we exchange business cards?
Yes, absolutely. But this is a good question. So if you can still have your ads on your WordPress, I'm sure you were going to go over the widget section.
Yeah,
and the
well,
sidebars.
I wasn't planning on going over widgets in general. I'm just trying to focus on e-commerce, and this
Yeah.
seems like more of an ad ops type question.
I should have called when I registered to ask what it was.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So you can. So basically, you will have a sidebar, like a side column, and then that section is mainly assigned for ads, any kind of ads.
I can give you a quick example, actually, if you'd like.
Sure.
Thank you.
So,
Sorry, everybody.
No, that's a good question, actually.
yes, this site is fullyam.com. This is a WordPress site. I just can show you the site quick. So it's a blog site with ads. There's an ad right here. There'll be in-article ads as well. Because I'm an admin, it's showing me stuff that is broken. That are normally on the homepage. Alright, so you see you have ads here, you have ad there. As you scroll down, this is a sticky sidebar, so it will scroll down at the end. There's also, this ad is also sticky. And then, blah, blah, transitions. And then,
Do you know if WordPress can do videos?
Oh,
yeah, video ads.
Yeah?
Yeah, for sure. Any ads. This one here is an in-banner video. So, and then, yeah, so for example, the way we implement some of these ads, there's two ways we implement the ads. One is this post adverts plugin, which inserts ads in the plugin, and then the other one is in this widget section. And so here we have a widget area for the banner, which is, there's no ad in there right now, but that will show up at the top, which
There where it says hacking AdWords, or the red?
no, this one right. There's a slot right here that will
Okay.
show an ad if there was an ad in there, and then so we have the sidebar. So this is the main sidebar here. We have a popular post plugin, one ad that's just in a text plugin here,
Yeah.
and then another text plugin with another ad. Here, I did some. I kind of put this site together, so I'm going to fix something that I see right now because I didn't tag this ad with the CSS ad widget class. So fix that, but that's not required in general. It's just something that I do so that I can keep track of the ads and I can code it properly for display. If you just put a regular ad code and text widget and make sure there's enough space for it, then you'd be fine. These post comments widgets here, pre-comments widgets and pre-navigation widgets are all part of the footer of an article. And so you can add in, so right now there's a top 10 widget in here, but you could also put some banner ads in there. So this one goes right after the comments. This one goes right before the comments. This one goes right before the navigation on the post. And all these different things are just widget areas that were coded into the theme.
And then would you upload a PDF or a JPEG for the image, for the ad?
You can upload the image as media, so you can add media and then link to it. Typically, if you're going to be talking to a third-party ad provider, they would often have a JavaScript code. So these ads here are JavaScript. So there's a div and then a JavaScript that activates the div. It all depends. There's images. Sorry. Images are another way of loading ads, but you're not going to get video. You're just going to have a static image there, and it's not as commonly done right now. So you're typically going to be looking at JavaScript. That's sort of what we work with ads. Like that's what we do, and so we have lots of information about ads. This is one of our O&O sites, owned and operated sites, and this is our ad tags that are on the site. So that's one. Okay. Sorry, just 1 second. Sorry, I didn't bring them up. And we can talk later after this. That's not a problem, but more ad-related stuff. Where were we on the WordPress? E-commerce. So we went through this is what the product looks like, when it's loaded. The theme is what controls the look, and you can make whatever modifications or any design changes you want to the theme. Oh yeah, we're going to go into, so I'm going to edit this product and turn it into a variable product and show you the difference between a variable product and so I hit this button right here, which allows me to create a duplicate of the product. So again, number 2, same thing, except for I'm just going to do a variable product. And so here I can add, I have the color attribute, so that's good. And then we have an extra box to do variables. So there's always some issues when you like change from one product type to another. You want to do it at the start before you do this. Removing it. Color. Oh yeah, sorry, sure. So all the colors are available on this product. So I'm saving this.
I think you have to click the box that says use your variations.
Oh yes, there we go. All right, so now we add variation, and we just click this. Okay. So this is going to give us a variation for each attribute that we allow for variations. All right, so we have 3 variations here, 1 for each color. Now in here is where we specify the prices. So we have to add a variation price. So let's say if it's green, I want to make it $12. Also, green's in stock. It doesn't change the, well, we got to put in the dimensions because who knows, maybe green's another size. And then same thing for blue. Blue could be $13. Setting up a variable product can be kind of tedious. Setting all these, some of the things will have to be entered multiple times, even if they're not, if they don't change. It doesn't have to be a different price for each variation. It doesn't have to be the same size, it can be different sizes depending on what the product actually is, how it varies. So if this was a t-shirt size, I could have a variation and I do for the other products that are real products. The bigger the size, that adds a couple dollars more. So like double XL adds an extra $1, triple XL adds an extra $2, that type of thing. I don't have extra shipping dimensions for the larger sizes. I just use the same shipping dimensions for all sizes, but I could. I could increase the weight, I could decrease the weight depending on the t-shirt size. These are all things that are options. I just didn't have the time to configure it when I was setting this up. It's obviously not a very reputable site right at the moment. It's very simple and basic, and no one's ever bought a t-shirt from us. So,
No wonder, it's like 2 kilograms, when it's made of lead.
Yeah, right.
the other ones are good.
Oh, yeah, there you
The 2 kilograms,
go. It's like 5 pounds.
Yeah, right.
well, it's 4.4 pounds. Okay, so here this product's created, and then publish it. And then we can go and view it. Now variations can even have different colors if you want. So you can have different things, but here we now can choose the option. And we see the price is a range between $12 and $13. If I choose black, it's 12. If I choose blue, it's 13. You can also see, so this variation is still in the additional information, but now it actually does things. You can choose it. If you have a variation where you want someone to be able to choose a color and you don't want to change the price or anything like that, then you can still do it the same way, just without changing the price. So it can be tedious to get that set up.
Does that allow you to put a different photo in for each one? So let's say I choose the blue one, then it changes to a blue image.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that, yes, there's you can choose a different image. So I don't know if you can choose a different gallery. I think the gallery will remain the same, just the main image
Right.
for the product will change.
And then if you want to have 2 of those, so let's say 1 per color and 1 per size, then is there a like you can do 2 drop downs?
Yep, you can do that. And then, so you would have, so right now I have a variation for each different color.
Right.
I could change this, if we had size, we could do any color but this size. And we still have it used for variations, but it wouldn't actually change anything in the back end. So it wouldn't have a variation specified here. So you could do double or triple. When I click this button to create variations from all attributes, if I had more than one attribute specified, that could have been like a very large task on the server to create those variations. It can be tedious to enter all this information, but it does give a high amount of granularity, which is highly adaptable to many different situations. It's only high cost of setup time to do all these fancy variations. And then once that's up and you got your payment gateway on and you got your sale price, or you're ready to go, you can sell. Now, any questions?
I have a question.
Okay, George.
Why email sucks?
Oh, it's just, it does. I don't know. Does anyone dispute that email sucks in this room? I think email is pretty, I don't know, redundant way of communicating in terms of efficiency. I think it's not, like it's great. I treat my mailbox as an RSS feed, typically, and only really look at things that grab my eye, or then I just search through it when I need something, which isn't really, if you want to give me an urgent message, I'm probably not going to see it in my email. I use Slack and I use texting or calling. I would answer all those before I answer the email. So email sucks. It's just a shirt thing.
junk email sucks.
Pardon?
Junk email sucks.
Junk email sucks. That's true for sure. Yes.
So the question is, there is a category section, so let's say we have different categories. In this case, this is a t-shirt store, right? Just a t-shirt or just shirts?
It's just t-shirts. Yes, we do have categories.
So, yeah.
So we have a plan to have a lot more designs than we have now. So we have an advertising category, we have a candidate category, human resources, and so each of these shirts is in a category. So when you go to the main page, I show you. So the main page is currently just shirts, but the categories are listed right here.
So if you select one of those.
Yeah, so I can see the one shirt that's in human resources right here.
So you categorize it by the message or the?
Yeah, I categorize it by the kind of person who might want to buy it.
I see.
Or yeah, like kind of like the category of the design. So I can show you something real quick. You can see that I have a Trello board for designs and slogans. So we have software and IT designs. We're working on mindfulness and meditation, ad ops. This is my favorite. Every time you use ad block, a puppy dies. Because we work in the ad industry, this is really funny for us. Then we have some stuff like this. My boss sold the company for $3 billion, and all I got was this lousy t-shirt. So we have some cool designs we want to put up. We just haven't been able to get the categories filled yet. So the categories on the side are the categories we want to do. But yeah.
But those could technically, like right now, they're based on the message on the shirt, but they could technically be, if you had different kinds of shirts, they could be long sleeve or hoodies or
Oh, yeah.
hats. Like you could change it to do whatever.
You could totally do that. I wouldn't recommend doing, so you have designs. I would recommend doing the designs, categorize the designs, and then create variations for the different types of shirts you get printed on. Just because the way t-shirt industries work is when you get the printing done, it's typically a minimum order for the design. And so you purchase by the design, and then, but that minimum order, you can have any sizes you want. And so I could have, like, let's say, 12 people order shirts, and they all have different shirt sizes. I can fit that into a minimum order of 12. That's just what makes sense for this industry. If your industry, like if you're talking about hats versus scarves, those are categories you could have. But long sleeve versus short sleeve doesn't make sense in this industry.
Well, would you be categorizing your target markets? Or are you developing target markets?
So this business here,
Yeah.
it's kind of like a hobby thing. We had some shirt ideas, and we wanted to see if someone would buy them. We honestly don't care.
Okay, you don't care, I get that. But the bottom line is, there are some t-shirts that you can sell to specific groups that will resonate so much, your sales will maximize in a hurry.
Yeah, so we think that each category has a specific target market, and that once we have, like, if we had, let's say, an HR event that we had in with one of the people who's running it, they're going to promote our shirts for some really cheap price, because that's what we're willing to pay. We would put a ton of HR designs up in that category, and we would hope that someone would come onto the site and say, oh yeah, HR shirts, and then they'd see one, and then because they'd be in that category with one, they would easily see the next one, right? So you see this one here, email sucks. There's a little thing right here, you can go to the next one, the next product in that category, or the next most relevant product. And so we hopefully be able to sell multiple shirts to each person because they're in the market of this. Yeah, I'm not a marketing person, so I don't even know what terms to use, but I've seen success here with similar designs, with similar methods. So literally on the About Us page, we say that we're just doing this for shits and giggles, and that any money we make will be going to beer. This is what the site is for. So I don't really think too hard about the marketing. No one's bought yet, and I'm not worried.
I can help you with that, for the beer.
That's fine. I don't mind that. I got the technical skills, so we got the ideas. It's just we don't have a lot of time. So
Any questions?
sure.
How would you use product tags then?
Pardon?
So if you go back to the products page, where you were adding product.
Oh, okay.
So on the right-hand side, there's product tag under the category.
Oh yeah, okay, so sorry. Yes, there are tags as well. So, if this was like a multi-clothing style store, you could do tags for different things. Like if there's an email tag, so every shirt that has reference to email would have the email tag. You can also do multi-categories too. And you can, I believe you can even do nested categories. So there's a lot of freedom here to categorize your stuff however you want. You can always make a menu item in your menu that targets a specific category or a specific tag or a collection of categories. Kind of the sky's your limit.
So it's basically like a blog, but
Yeah, it's an assistant blog.
yeah.
Every product counts in WordPress as a custom post type. So we're essentially just a post type with some extra fields on it that's treated a bit differently than regular blog posts. Anything else?
Let's buy a t-shirt.
You want to buy a t-shirt?
Yeah, let's go through the entire experience and see how it goes.
Okay, you have your credit card. Our first sale. Okay, so to buy a t-shirt, I'm going to bring us into incognito mode.
So why there is no add to cart button on that page, the one that we were on?
What, this one? You have to select the options first. If it was a simple product, you would have an add to cart button. But because it's a variable product, you have to select the options first. So this one, you have to select the size. Okay. But you could do it that way. There is a way you can have your select product options pop up in an overlay, and you can add to cart that way as well. I don't have that configured.
I think that's a separate plugin, right? That
Yeah.
e-commerce plugin.
It's a separate. It might be built into a theme, but it's probably also a separate plugin you can get. All right, what shirt should we buy? Not one of these two.
First
But
one.
your design, I like that.
You like this one?
Yeah,
You don't even know what it says.
that's fine.
Okay, all right.
What does it say?
You can scan it. You can scan it on the screen. That's what it says in the description. Scan it, we dare you. We kind of want to do more QR designs though, and then we'll have a little spoiler box that says spoiler, click here to see it, but we don't have it right now. So if someone wants to scan it, go right ahead. No one wants to scan it?
I'm looking for the app, but I don't know if I have it.
Mine's built into my camera. So it's like a picture mode. All right. What size do we want to buy?
Small.
Oh, $25.
Too expensive. Extra small?
I don't have extra small.
You don't have a negotiation button?
No promotional code?
Pardon?
No promotional code?
There's a promotional code. I have to grab it. Hold on. Yes, you can do coupons and promotional codes with the base WooCommerce product. They're right here in coupons. So we have a Disrupt HR 2017. That is our coupon code. So we added this to the cart. We view the cart. We can apply the coupon code. expired. Hold on. I got. Okay.
Change the month.
Yeah. It's gonna expire at the end of this month. If anyone else wants to buy t-shirts off this site, you're welcome to do it. I don't know if I'll need to refresh before I do this again. Oh, coupon applied successfully. So we have $5 off. And checkout. So I need to add, what's your name?
But I'm not buying it.
Who's paying for this?
You are.
WordPress.
Money's gonna go back to you anyways, right?
Yeah.
Minus the fees to PayPal.
Well, I already did a test payment here, so I don't want to do it again. Well, we'll go through everything until I hit the pay button.
Yeah. Let's say we fill it out, let's just put anything.
Oh, what? The shipping will calculate properly.
Is this that 2 kilogram shirt? Shipping will probably be 3 times as much as the shirt.
No, the dimensions and the weight are actually proper for the real products. I just didn't remember what they were. Okay. What's our postal code, John?
But it's worth the money.
I don't know.
Give me your postal code.
I also don't know.
What?
N2E
Oh, okay.
3H2. Oh, there it is. There's one there.
Oh, okay. That's my postal code. All right. And my phone number popped up. Don't want to subscribe. I don't want to ship to a different address.
Oh, yeah.
So shipping $7, regular parcel. That's not too bad. By the way, these are top-notch quality shirts.
Of course.
They are not the cheap ones. Okay, we sourced out really good quality shirts. That's why they're so expensive. And then proceed to PayPal.
Well, Kevlar, Jim.
Oh, billing email address. Hey, what's your email address?
I can't.
You don't want to film, I don't want your email address. Okay. Proceed to PayPal.
So how would a customer select Visa or American Express?
It's all up to PayPal.
Oh,
So PayPal is a credit card processor, so you can pay via PayPal,
oh.
or you can pay with a credit or Visa card. So just the same way you pay anywhere, except for this is going to be a lot more secure than my site is. So you can also do PayPal on your site. You have to pay for a special PayPal membership and then also have an SSL certificate and all this other stuff that I don't have to worry about. So I don't. So I prefer to pay via external payment gateways. And even as a consumer, I don't know if I trust PayPal more than I trust SureCrop. So I don't know what anyone else feels about that. But you just basically pay here, and then you would get sent back, and you would say your order has been paid for and submitted, or whatever. And then there's an order status. So if I was to go into here, you can see orders. We have one order that is pending payment by James Strang. There's no email. You can see what's in his cart, the total, and all this other stuff. This one here is my test payment that I made, which I refunded. And it says here that...
Because James got another good customer, look at that. One outstanding, one not paid. What's going on with this guy?
Yeah, we should not sell to James anymore. He doesn't seem to actually pay.
Marketing.
Yeah. So you can see the orders. If the order was paid for, you say here ready to ship, and you can actually go in here and you can change it to mark complete. So you mark complete and then.
You can do the like refunds from within WordPress, and you don't have to go into PayPal or anything?
Yeah, depending, if you set up PayPal properly, then you can do refunds through WordPress. And WordPress will, or you can do it through PayPal, and they will update each other. So you have information transferred between the two sources, which is fantastic. If you don't do it properly, then PayPal, you don't know what happens on one side and the other. So you have to like get the email from PayPal saying like, hey, this payment had an issue, and then cancel in the WordPress dashboard, and then remember not to ship it and all this other stuff. So
is there like an API input for PayPal or something?
yeah, so there is PayPal API, but there's also a much simpler thing you can do, which is, so you could use PayPal API, or you could use what I use, which is PayPal identity token. Don't film that. There's more, you can't see it all anyway, but don't film it. You have to create an identity token and then say like, oh, it's for WooCommerce or whatever, so they know who's accessing it. There's instructions online. I have the same type of setup with Canada Post. They give me a token, identity like thing, and I put it in. Or at Canada Post, they call it the API token or something. And then I get real-time shipping rates that aren't associated with my discounted account, which I'm in the process of rectifying with a different Canada Post integration. So I'm much more focused on the technical stuff than the marketing on this site. I think I made like a pretty decent product, and it's not useful right now. All right. If there's no other questions, then we can just stick around and chat.
Was that people left?
Yeah, I guess they didn't.
They got intimidated. They missed the first the basic classes.